It's Dino.
And
Mecha Dre.
What's up?
We're here for another game review.
So
Game trailer review.
yeah, this one's kind of cool. It's gonna be nice and smooth and delicious.
It's a hot topic. It's Battlefield 1.
Dang, that probably broke some people's ears.
That broke the.
Enjoy
that broke the
Battlefield
thing.
1 trailer.
Let's watch it.
I love that trailer, man.
Can't change the world.
You can,
Horses.
Huh?
Horses.
Dude, I mean, as we all knew, we saw from the original trailer, there's a lot of things that are not new and a lot of things that are kind of new.
Yeah.
A couple things that I want to make note of. There will be doves that you can throw like grenades inside a tank, and you can get them all distracted and killed.
Yeah.
That's officially confirmed by the trailer.
Oh shit.
Did you see that?
I saw the dove thing.
Somebody freaking threw a bird in there.
Oh.
That's what that was, dude.
Oh. So that was actual in-game footage.
That was not in game. And actually, if you notice, Brad Pitt was in that too.
Was he really?
They took a scene from Fury, and he was like breathing all hard, and they put a Battlefield 1 filter over it.
Oh, okay. Makes
So
sense.
it's kind of weird. Anyway, regardless of all that bullcrap,
Did you by chance watch the live event they did with the 64 players?
I did, yeah.
I did too. And what did you think
The
of the
game
gameplay?
and this doesn't look the same.
This is like the campaign is what they showed. It
No,
seemed
no,
like.
it's not.
It just felt like it to me.
No,
Because when
but-
I saw the gameplay, I was like, oh, that feels like Battlefield. And then when I saw this trailer, I was like, it feels like they're showing me the story.
Well,
which
no,
is
this
fine.
is like they have a filter over it, so it's supposed. It looks like cooler than it might.
Is that what that filter is making?
Yeah, it's a filter. It's not a. It's
Okay.
not a. It's a
got
filter
that
over the
crazy
gameplay.
effect.
But let me tell you, dude. Everything that we saw, I think the train scene is definitely. It's not a
Cops and
multiplayer
robbers?
thing. That's a campaign thing.
No, the train, cops and robbers. That's what it made me go. They're like, we're gonna get you with the horses.
In Arabia or wherever
Yeah.
that is, in the Middle East.
In New York.
I'm excited for everything I saw. If you guys get a chance to glimpse some of the multiplayer and in action,
It's fun to watch. Like,
yeah. There's a couple things you notice from the trailer. There's a lot of destructibility, which hopefully goes back to the original Bad Company destructibility style. Bad Company 2 specifically.
Oh, that was a bit extreme.
The biplanes means we're gonna get that 1943 arcade game style of airplane battles.
Yeah.
Which is no longer do we have to mess around with lock on, and it's more of a skill based flying situation.
You know the destruction thing. Did you saw that part where the Zeppelin thing crashed on the houses? I was watching the Rooster Teeth, and Bernie Burns was saying that he was actually on the ground when during their campaign when it crashed. He was on the ground. There's two buildings in front of him, and it landed on it. Then he had to it destroyed the buildings, and he had to move through the debris of the crashed Zeppelin.
Really?
Yeah, and he said there were some mortars that created trenches for them to hide in from the hill. So yeah, it does have a great.
Oh my god! Yeah. That's because that kind of disappeared from Battlefield 3 and 4.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, you can destroy some things. Like you know what has a limit, but this one is like they're saying like, oh, if you're in a tank, and people are hiding out in the house, you just blow up the house, and then you got it clear.
That's what I want. Dude.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be.
The landscape looks freaking awesome and very dark and gritty, and not dark. Just it looks insane, man.
It looks like Battlefield.
That's actually a complaint a lot of people have.
I'm okay that it looks like Battlefield because it's got the Battlefield reset mechanics.
Yeah.
So it can look like the old one because it triggers that like memory lane of like, man, I remember the days of 1942, whatever.
Well, here's the thing. There's a couple games that the DICE did a very. I wasn't too big of a fan of, and the way the mechanics work. But no, I love Battlefront. Yeah, you know that. It was 1943 had a kind of a sluggish feel to it. I wasn't a fan of that, but the game was freaking amazing, and it made you feel like there was a couple things that I saw in the gameplay, in the multiplayer is that some of the guns that the dudes were carrying, and my actually Green Ray noted this to me.
Yeah.
Some of the guns that they were putting up to the sites very twitchy. He said it was very like Twitch shootery, and I wanted to verify this. I wanted to see exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a Twitch shooter, but it definitely has that Battlefield 4 pull up, shoot down, pull up. It's not a. It's more. You definitely look faster.
You're not stable like you are in most modern games.
You look like you're running around like crazy. It's a hectic battle. World War One, maybe themed, but there was a lot of comments on whether it's just a reskin. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's a reskin. I think they took what they learned from the time and they're like, let's start over, and because of that they could do so much more, especially with like these new engines that are coming out. Like everyone's kind of playing with it, so we're all testing to see what they can handle.
Right.
And I'm excited. I just want to really play it because I was always a fan of that era, just World War I and II. I kind of didn't really like when it was going to modern times and then advanced like war games and shooting.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the modern.
It just got too much. I was like, no, it's our history, and the fact that they're going for history feel like authentic. Did you say that word for me?
Authenticity?
Yeah, that
word. Let me say something to you about that. So there's a couple of things going on within that. This one's going to be a little bit longer, okay?
Okay.
I'm just letting you know off the hand because there's a lot to talk about here.
All right, go.
Couple things they didn't show in the trailer and they didn't show in the gameplay a lot, but there seems to be now. Sweden is a place where political correctness is very, very ripe. Okay,
I know what you're about. Yeah,
very, very ripe over there.
Yes.
And there's a couple things that people saw where they put African American troops in the German army. Now, this is not incorrect. As a matter of fact, there's many different. There's Asians in different kinds of all kinds of different armies in the French army. There was African Americans as well. There in America there was African Americans, but I don't want to say there's an issue with it. But a lot of people were like, I mean, really. You can basically be an all African American army for the Germans. You know what I mean? And be running around like, does that make sense? Are we going for alternate reality?
Unless you can't customize your character and the class you are is a certain.
You can't. No, it's a certain class.
So maybe it's like if you got a bunch of tankers and they still have to make the African American tank.
But even then, man, like it just wasn't a very prominent thing to see that. So how accurate that is historically. I think they're feeding onto the political correctness.
I was gonna say, yeah, you think political correctness will have an influence?
I definitely think so. They're having a big influence on it, and you know what? It's a game, so it's not. In the
end, you're not gonna look at yourself.
It's not a freaking documentary.
Yeah, you're not gonna sit there and look in the mirror in the Battlefield game like, man, I don't look right.
Yeah, shut that off, man.
That's my alarm to wake up.
Yeah. So regardless of that, I don't really have my only issue is that I just wish that they would definitely take into account their historical real part of World War I, and not only even that, it also in battles,
Even if it's correct or not, if they want to go with history, they have to go with what.
Go with history. Yeah, go with history.
We're not saying we agree with it, but that's our history.
Right. There's no ifs and buts. It's the history around it. So anyway, regardless of all that, I do I hope that they take the World War I theme seriously. I'm hoping to play the beta. I signed up for it.
I signed up for it too.
So I'm really hoping to play it and get a real feel for the game. And I'm excited for what I saw. Check out the gameplay. Maybe we'll put a link to it in the comments.
Bolt action without I want to do a bolt action without a scope again. Oh yeah.
A couple things also. Apparently they're gonna be doing so like weapons are not going to be customizable in the same sense that like Battlefield 4 had them customizable.
Yeah.
It's going to be a more simple set.
So you don't have to use a weapon forever to level it up?
No, it doesn't work that way anymore. Basically, it's set like to a certain there's a customized way for you to play already, it seems like. And there's like maybe 3 or 4 or 2, I don't know, depending on the weapon, different ways for you to play. So let's say you want more ammo, you play with more ammo, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying exactly the details. I just know it's not going to be you attach this sight, you attach this.
And use it.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out hours on end, trying to figure out what the best combination is. That looks like it might be disappearing.
On. Forget about your gun.
Yeah, and I'm freaking happy.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that because that was the one thing that I loved about some of the older Call of Duty, some of the older, or even Battlefield 1943 on the Xbox 360 arcade game.
Yeah.
Is that it was simple. You went in, you knew what you were going to play as, and you owned that class.
Yeah.
Kind of like in I don't know. It's different than Battlefront, but Battlefront is very simple too. There's no attachments.
Yeah.
I really love that. It makes the ability to go into a battle and just know what you're doing very easy.
Yeah.
Understandable for the newer players and not as complicated or ridiculous. Now there's the stats on weapons and the climb and man, I just couldn't get into all that.
Yeah.
So it seems like it may be a little different, and I'm pretty happy for that. I'm still a little iffy on the name Battlefield 1, whatever, but in the end it's Battlefield and it looks fun. It looks wicked fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It looks wicked fun. I'm excited for it. So
I just want to play some multiplayer.
Yeah. So guys, let us know what
you
the heck you think, man. If you like us, subscribe.
And if you got to play the beta and you watched this video, let me know what it was. Like how you enjoyed it, because that's fudging awesome.
Yeah. So Battlefield 1, guys. Wait for it. I think it's coming this fall, right?
Yes.
Oh, good. Along with a bunch of other games.
Yeah.
So make your choice.
Make your choice wisely.
Just let us know if you have any questions. You can always reach us on Twitter. So, all right, guys. See ya.
Peace.